Okay, we could get started with Jordan.
Hey, Kevin, thanks for doing this today.
Oh, no problem.
Can you hear us okay?
It's kind of low. I don't know if that's. I got it all. I'm good. I'll.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Just, your journey this season, I mean, from joining the team last year in the summer and then kind of just getting up to speed, becoming a starter, signing the deal. Now you're the only offensive lineman who so far has not missed a snap or missed any time, even though we are aware you've been working through some stuff as well. Um, why has it been so important to you to become, I guess, a foundational person within this group? And what has that been like for you to be into a newer place, relatively speaking, and emerge as a leader within that place?
I believe. It's kind of my duty to start being a little more vocal. I feel like I've done a good amount of time of learning under people and stuff like that, but I feel like it's my time to start trying to give back, start making my impact, start thinking about legacies, things like that.
And Sean, over the last year and a half, and especially when you came in last year and they drafted Steve and then building the line out the way that they have, injuries aside, Sean has really emphasized wanting to reestablish like a physicality and an identity. Some of the gap and duo stuff you guys started doing last year as well. I guess what is your impression of that and how that has grown as an identity within the offensive line? And even with injuries, how do you continue to establish that despite there being lots of moving parts in the past several weeks?
That kind of has to go with the cohesiveness of the offensive line. Everybody who's in the room has to be close enough to be a plug-in piece for our offensive line to be an efficient offensive line. We can't have if one person gets hurt, and we can't be afraid to put somebody in there and be able to work next to whoever they are next to. Um, could you give me the first question again? I skipped it. Sorry.
Yeah, what no, you're all right. It was I asked a very way too long question, so I appreciate you. Just, how have you seen that identity with the physicality grow over the last year
Oh
and
yeah.
since you got here?
I think people realize how much it changes a game to be as physical as we need to be. Um, like the more physical the game, the more impact on blocking, emphasis on running and things like that. The more that we can run the ball, the more we can kind of dominate our opponent. The more chances we have to do that. I feel like that's the better chance of winning. I think everybody can feel that when we go our hardest and we have a real physical game, most of the time we win. And I think it's just more people starting to notice this.
And then last for me, a slight pivot, but Bo has mentioned that you have helped him out a lot in uploading some of the protection calls, especially and double checking with you, even non-verbally, like if maybe he needs a double check on something Matthew says or something he sees. What's that process like for you? And how, if at all, have you seen him grow into the role?
For a guard, the best thing you can have is a center who knows all the information. And I always use that as a thing for me. It's kind of like my job to just be able to remind people, even if I'm not truly, the center mostly gives us our direction and calls and stuff like that. So if I can give them all the information, I think I have the confidence of anybody that we have as center on knowing what to do with the information. So I'm just kind of a relay person, guard and tackle. Just make sure everybody knows what to do.
Thanks, Kevin.
Hmm.
Gary.
Hey, Kevin, thank you for doing this.
Oh yes.
I know you have confidence in no matter who is playing next to you on the right side, but I'm curious what it means when you do have Rob Havenstein there on the right.
Yeah, I feel like it gives the whole offensive line just a little more confidence. You know, he is the leader of our offensive line, and having him there, you know, it gives us that stability, that rock that we know that we can call on him during situation, just because he has so much just history in the game already. And he has very good recall, very smart. Having him next to you makes the game a lot easier. He's great in the run too. I feel like when me and him it doesn't matter who's in that gap if me and him are blocking him.
Mhm.
So, it is a big help for me when Rob is on the field.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Stu.
Hey, Kevin, we recently got to see your personality and joy for playing football on display when you were mic'd up not too long ago. Just for you, where do those things come from as far as just the fun that you have playing this game?
I think that's one of the things that keep me going, is just that I really do have fun playing the game. I love to be in the game. I love to watch my film. I like to see myself do good. So, the better that I can play, the more enjoyment I get from seeing myself do good. And I know that people are watching, all my family are watching. Those things keep me going.
And then a quick follow-up question. Just we also saw I think it's a jump shot celebration that you and the other offensive linemen do from time to time. What
Mhm.
inspired that, and where'd that come?
I don't know. Really, there's no real history behind it. One day I just did it for one of we were at practice and we scored on something, and I I just did it, and it just became a thing. There's no real history behind it, but hey, if we can do it in our the times that we can celebrate and be together as one and stuff like that, we'll use anything. It doesn't matter.
You appreciate.
Wyatt.
Hey, Kevin, uh, offense has had a lot of success with play action this year. Uh, as an interior lineman, what are the most important things that you have to do to make sure that the offense can execute those plays at a high level?
Knowing where to be is probably the main thing, and then being able to make the play seem like a play that you've run before. Like a run, you want it to sound the same. Sometimes you add a little extra grunt to make it seem like you're going harder than you really are. Just to entice the linebackers, things like that. Things that you can do to help the play. But the main thing is knowing what to do and knowing what the protocol is for whatever is about to happen in these defensive fronts. Knowing what gap you would have, knowing what person you initially have, and what person you could help if this thing leaves you. It's just it's a thing that we have to take pride in, because if you don't do it well, it doesn't look right and it doesn't do what it's intended to. So that's really what we try to get done.
And you've been very consistent this whole year, just not just in terms of health, but with your play. But in the last few weeks, it seems like you've really hit your stride and gone above and beyond into the second level of defense on runs and that sort of thing. Do you feel like you've hit your stride, and what kind of takes you to that next gear?
I think just the overall of what we've done this year, it gives me more and more confidence. The more I get to do a play, the more confidence I feel. I've been coming back. My ankles aren't hurting as much as they were at the beginning of the year. Um, and it just makes me play with more confidence, not feeling that pain on the interior part of my ankle. It lets me play a little faster, a little stronger, put more force into the ground without being scared of going too hard or anything like that.
Thank you.
And then we'll wrap up with Adam.
Kevin, this last game was the first time you guys have had the full offensive line healthy, or as healthy as you can be 12 games into the season. Um, what do you think that means for this group now as you try to push towards a playoff spot and can finally start to build some of that tackle to tackle continuity?
I think we're just, the more we get to play together, like I always say, the more we get to play together, the more we gel. And I think having us together and being able to even see what we can get done when we are playing together makes people, play a little harder, play through some injuries, stuff like that. So it gels us together even more the more we get to play together. And we know hanging out outside of just football, getting that continuity, getting that trust, getting that the things that we try to earn on Sunday, being able to play with full confidence, knowing that our brothers have our backs.
How was it playing back in Louisiana yesterday?
It was great. I had a bunch of family come, probably 20, 30 people that I know total or something like that. And we it just felt good to have them in the stand, get to see all my people, and they all get to see me play. I think it definitely added to my game on Sunday. It's always good to have family there.
Gave you a little extra juice with that
Yeah.
hug for Kyron in the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate you, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Right. Adam, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah, Bobby, can you walk us through that third down run stuff from the last drive yesterday?
Honestly, bro, I was just mad. That's pretty much it. I was just mad and was just trying to help the team win. So I just had to channel it and go make a play.
Mad at
70
what
penny.
specific? What's that?
70 penny.
Okay.
Because he suck and he want to be a dirty player.
Got it. After the performance the defense had last week, with Saquon doing what he did, what do you feel like that meant for the defense just as a whole to get that stuff, that critical stuff there on third down and set up the winning play?
Well, I would say what Saquon did last week was otherworldly. Got to give credit where credit is due. Great player, had a great game. But I will also say we played into the hands of the fact of we gave a lot. We didn't play sound defense. We didn't play our technique, jumping in and out of gaps. And they're a good team, and we got exposed. So this week, just toning in on little key details and playing within the scheme and the framework and the things we practice every week was key. And it helped us on that third down stop.
Thanks, Bobby.
Jordan?
Hey, Bobby. A couple of us, we've covered you for your entire pro career at this point, and I think one thing that's always kind of been there is you've experienced a lot. You've had, up times, down times, but you've always seemed to be somebody in the locker room who, like, brings joy, brings noise, like has fun, has comments. But how have you balanced? First of all, where does that part of your personality come from? And then I have a follow-up. Thank you.
The goofy side of me, I would say, comes from my mom, but the joking side, like the cracking jokes, always trying to make sure everybody's cool and everything, everybody get a smile every day, I would say it's my pops, my father.
For you, has that sort of become a way to connect you guys through stressful times? You have, as a group, been through a lot, some highs, some lows this year. Do you use that almost as a leadership tool at this point in your career?
I guess you could say that. Me, I just be trying to be myself, and because I know, like you said, everything can be stressful between me having ups and downs throughout the season. But I just try to be myself and make sure everybody get a smile. You never know what somebody's going through in there. Get a good laugh, But as far as the leadership role goes, I guess you could say that.
A couple years ago when the Bills came into town, it was a really physical game. And I guess as you guys have your eyes on December football, January potentially, hopefully for you, later in January football, what is embodying not just that physicality week in and week out, but that technical soundness and fundamental soundness that you guys have been preaching? What does the combination of those two things mean for a shot at the postseason?
I would say it means everything, honestly. You just have to be able to dial in. You have to be able to play with emotion but not be emotional, and be able to do your job while under that stress and in that same essence. But also it's just like it's what we paid to do. So you gotta go out there and do your job.
Thanks, Bobby.
Stu?
Hey, Bobby, what's been the most rewarding part of this season for you in terms of just, maybe your growth as a player and what you feel like you've been able to show this season?
Being able to talk to you, Stu, man, No, I'm playing. I would say just being able to be around the young guys, man. Being able to be around the guys and see them get their opportunity and make the plays and stuff. Like I think I told Verse and Tank the other day, like man, y'all really make me happy. Like, because when I came into the league, like yeah, we had a lot of talent, and a good bit of the guys from my class with the Rams is still around the league, whether it's they're playing or just on practice squad or something. But like we had a lot of talent, and we didn't get a chance to show it as far as being behind a vetted group. So like the fact that these young guys, man, is coming in and being able to play and having fun, whether it's win, lose, or draw, man, it's exciting to see. It touches home with me.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And then we'll wrap with Gary.
Hey, Bobby, thank you for doing this. Everyone here, I think, has written a lot about the first and second year guys on the defensive line that are making plays. But, the Seahawks game, the Saints game, it seems like in these crunch time moments, you're the guy that is in the middle of it. And I'm just curious if that's always been kind of your calling card, or what about it, this season has made you come up big in those big moments?
First and foremost, I would just say opportunity. I feel like the more I'm on the field, the better I play, the more I get a feel for the game and how the game goes. And just being a student of the game and watching film preparation throughout the week, I'll be able to pick up on tendencies and things throughout the game. But as simple as I can put it is big time players make big time plays.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And then one more with Jordan.
Sorry, thanks, Bobby, for taking a follow-up. You seem to always have a way to describe everybody, all your teammates. If people had never met Braden Fisk before, how would you describe Braden to them?
Oh man, I would say Fisk is a good dude, man. Good hearted guy, man. He definitely cares. And then once we talking about the business aspect, the football aspect, hard working cat, man. He like I would say personally, if AD was around and got a chance to know him, AD would love, bro. Like he works his ass off. He true embodiment of what you would want from a rookie that you expect to play. And then as a person, man, he goofy, man, but he's kind of quiet, low key. But once you get to know him, good cat, bro.
Thank you. That's well said. Thanks, Bobby.
Yes, man.
All right. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.